Welcome back to FlipBros. As requested in our melting the new raid boss video, everyone wanted to know what builds we were using. So here is my can't die, infinitely critting, ordnance machine gun, don't really need it Harlowe build. Let's get into it. So as you saw in the intro clip, you're really just firing your ordnance weapon forever, but honestly this works with a lot of weapons. And so what I'm rocking in gear is I have a Hellwalker, I have a Shalasheska, or however you say that, but I also really like the 7 cents pistol. This is the one that I was using in the video. I have this nice jailbroken Gatling submachine gun, which honestly doesn't do a lot, and a Dark Beast, which also I don't entirely love it, but it does work. Now, the weapon of the show is really Ordnance, and honestly, you can use anything. What I'm using to kill the raid boss is this flat cannon that also rolled explosive rounds. Awesome. As for my rep kit, I'm running Shiny War Paint with a fire rate mod on it. For my class mod here, I'm running Rampant Trooper. I rolled an awesome gun damage and ordnance damage on it. I have a Watts for dinner. I would love an amp siphon one. Never going to get an amp siphon one. And I have this random ass enhancement using Jacob's parts, even though the ordnance weapon isn't Jacob's, but it has gun damage and gun crit damage. So as for my filmware, I'm using Gadget Ahoy. Ordnance kills grant 20% damage for 15 seconds, and just the damage in general is increased. And I have a bullets to spare for gun rate. You could probably definitely do better on this. What I really want to say overall is that this build is not entirely optimized. I'm pretty sure you can find a way better ordnance weapon. I'm pretty sure you can find a way better enhancement. Again, you could have a siphon amp, Watts for dinner. I'm sure there are other shields that work. I do think the rep kit is probably best in slot, but maybe not. And honestly, again, any of these weapons, like, you can use so much on this build. On to our specializations. So the 4 skills that we want to be running are Fragmentation Payload. This is going to give us increased critical hit damage with our ordnance weapon. The crit chance really doesn't do much for us here, but the crit damage does. Full Spectrum Arsenal. This is going to increase our ordnance damage by 50% of the increases to gun damage. This is a huge multiplier. The Best Defense. This is another 30% multiplier to our damage. And riddle you this. This is going to be 50% extra gun damage. You're firing a minigun. I mean, this is going to be up pretty much the entire time. So what does that mean? You need 20 points in Survivor, 20 points in Brute, 20 points in Gadgeteer. Into skills. All right, we're ignoring the red and blue tree. Fantastic. Starting with our action skill, we have the Flux Generator, obvious green skill, action skill, the augment for dealing bonus radiation damage, and group study, spawning the Halo sidekick that you can just basically run around, smash F, and every once in a while it'll activate and give you 25% more gun damage, 10% more fire rate, all that stuff every single time. Down into my trees, I'm using momentum. Whenever Harlowe entangles an enemy, she and her allies deal increased critical hit damage. We're critting literally all of the time. I'm rocking 5 points in neutron decay. Whenever Harlowe irradiates an enemy, she gains increased gun damage. Because we are hitting lots of people with radiation, this is pretty much up all the time. The more important one in the third row is the Creative Overflow. Harlowe deals increased gun damage based on her Overshield. You're going to see with Watts for dinner and one of the other skills down below, we have Overshield up pretty much entire time. And to start off, I would put 1 point in Resonance Cascade. Whenever Harlowe deals radiation damage, she increases action skill damage. And 1 point in Confirmative Reality. Whenever Harlowe shoots an entangled enemy, she gets her action skill back quicker. It's really important in case you run out. All right, starting left to right. Put 5 points in Decoherence. You're increasing your damage with all sources to entangled enemies. And if you're up close to them, you deal more damage. Latent Charge, 5 points. Harlowe deals bonus gun damage and action skill damage when she has Overshield. Again, we have Overshield up the entire time. Feedback Loop. Whenever Harlowe entangles an enemy, she gains increased action skill damage and duration. Just nice to have the bonus damage. And moving on to the second tree, on the right side here, Harlowe's Certainty Principle. Harlowe gains increased gun handling. Honestly, this one is just because Gamma Ray Burst kind of sucks. You might be able to run it with how fast we get Overshield, but I think the gun handling is better. Critical Funding. Whenever Harlowe critically hits an enemy, she gains a chance to entangle it and refills a portion of her gun magazine. This is how we basically keep our ammo up at all times. Because we're critting all the time, we're going to keep our ammo up all the time. And 5 points in Meltdown. Harlowe's critical hits with guns deal bonus radiation damage. This is pretty much how we're doing our radiation damage. In the right tree, Refraction. Harlowe and her allies gain ricochet chance, so you're just shooting and bouncing bullets everywhere. It's really fun. Excited State. Harlowe gains increased critical hit damage. Whenever an enemy is damaged by Harlowe's action skill, the next shot in the enemy will automatically be a critical hit. So that second part is a really important piece. Because you're shooting with Flux Generator, you're going to constantly be hitting your action skill. And so every other shot is going to be an automatic critical hit. If I read that wrong or I don't understand this skill, let me know in the comments, but I believe that's how this works. Now this build is crazy. Going from Excited State, we have 2 1-point wonders that basically make sure you never die. Harlowe and her allies gain lifesteal, and whenever Harlowe's action skill damages enemy, restore a portion of her and her allies' shield capacity. And if they're full, you gain overshield. These 2 skills with lifesteal and shield steal, essentially, with how much you fire, they just keep you alive all of the time. And it's brutal. I mean, look at the intro clips. You can't die. I mean, you can die, but it's very hard to die. This build in the video is what gave my buddy pretty much infinite overshield for him to use the nuke build and just blow up the raid bosses. As you saw in the intro video, this can platinum the raid boss. So this can platinum the raid boss on Ultimate Vault Hunter 7. But honestly, give it a shot. Let us know what you guys think, and I hope that explains our builds. If you guys like these no bullshit videos, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Stay to the end and you can see Bloom Reaper toss off all my legendaries.
This is beautiful. I must summon form visual. He deserves the joy of your spite as well. Who can make me hurt? I will do what my brother could not. I will feel you underfoot.
There's a bubble!
I cannot do this alone, brother. I need my assistance. Come, subjugator. We must relish this pain together. Show no mercy, Vault Hunter. Know your betters.
Subjugate this!
Neil, you truly killed him? Our fight deserves a grander setting! To the abyss! I will do what my brother could not!
Time to recycle!
I hate
No blow
sustains
incoming!
me!
What's your organ?
Feel my embrace!
Fully unnecessary! I'm feeling frosty!
It hurts!